Welcome back to our kitchen. We are going to be making our Ninja Creami pints today. So they all have to freeze for 24 hours. So I definitely recommend that you buy some extra pints. The Ninja Creami in the box comes with 2 of these, but I ordered a set of 4 because I wanted to have multiple options, multiple flavors to check out. So if you're gifting this to someone, I definitely recommend that you buy a couple extra pints and maybe even freeze some ingredients and some recipes beforehand. So then when they open them up, they can just mix something up right away. So today we are going to make chocolate milk ice cream. So this is a recipe that's not really a recipe. We're gonna do 5 recipes today and they're all going to be really easy, but we're gonna start easiest and then go to the more complex ones. So, are you ready? Yeah! There's always a holiday it gift. You know the one I'm talking about. A couple years ago, it was Instant Pots. Everyone got an Instant Pot. A couple years ago, we had sous vide. Last year, it was air fryer. And this year, there's going to be a lot of air fryers gifted as well. But I think this is going to be probably one of the top kitchen gifts to give and receive this year. It's the Ninja Creami. So let's go ahead and open it. First thing out of the gate is this is not nearly as heavy as the Ninja Foodie. If you remember earlier this year, we did an unboxing of the gigantic Ninja Foodie XL steam crisper, and that was so heavy. That's pretty much the biggest thing I can say about it, is that it was incredibly heavy. But this is much smaller and I'm excited to share it with you. So the reason why this Ninja Foodie is really popular this year is because it's not an ice cream maker. It makes ice cream, but it's not an ice cream maker, if that makes sense. So the premise is that you can put in just about anything in these little cups, and then you freeze it, and then they have these special blades and a special technology that makes it super creamy. Not like a blender, it's like special, and you can turn like frozen fruit into a sorbet, and people really like it for all sorts of different reasons. So I've been lurking in some Ninja Creami Facebook groups, and a lot of people are using this to just make really custom creations. High protein ice cream, low sugar, no sugar, low carb, keto, and it actually says on here that you can make pretty much anything you want, because people are freezing just like cans of fruit. They're freezing protein drinks, protein powders, and it's kind of cool. There's definitely a lot of customization available, and I think that's why people are really drawn to it. Okay, so this is what it looks like right out of the package. So satisfying. All right, so this is pretty slim. Let's take a look-see. 6.5 inches wide and 16 inches tall. This is what it looks like next to the Blendtec blender that I have. I don't have a coffee maker, but I imagine that if I had one, like a Keurig or like an espresso, I think it's about the same size. I don't know. I don't have one, so I wouldn't know. Okay, now that we have it out of the box, let's take a closer look. The nice thing is that it comes with this quick start guide, and there really isn't a whole lot to do to start, but what you can also do is scan this QR code right at the top here, and it gives you a little guide. So we can meet the Creami, watch how it works, get recipes. So first things first, you need to plug it in. It said it will not turn on with this already in. And this is the paddle. This is like the blade. So what you need to do is you hold this paddle latch open like this. So you have to open it all the way. Do you see how that's opening and closing? Okay, so open it all the way, and then put it in and then unlatch it. So it should be a little loose like that, but this is what goes down into the pint to creamify things. So then it goes on here after you fill up your frozen pint. So that's kind of the bummer about stuff like this, is you have to like think ahead. you have to freeze it for 24 hours. So the bottom has these little grooves that latch into here, so then it's stable. So like something you match up. Okay. So you just go just right off of the handle here and then click in. Okay, so then you hold it straight on like this and set it in the base, and then you twist it, and then it goes up. See that? and then you can do all of these. But since it's empty, I don't want to risk breaking it, and we are going to fill up some pints, and let's come back tomorrow and see how they do. It's been a couple days, and I took out the Ninja Creami pints out of the freezer. I've been letting them sit out for about 10-15 minutes, and we're going to process them. As a reminder, make sure that when you freeze your pints, they are flat as can be. Ninja says that if the tops of the pints are not smooth when you start to process them, it can damage your unit. And for best results, they recommend letting the pints sit out for about 15 minutes. So I'm actually going to start with the smallest one, which is just our regular plain bananas, and we're going to process them. So the fresh fruit sorbet, we just followed the recipe exactly in the Ninja Creami little cookbook. It's just flattened bananas, and it says to do it on the sorbet setting. First, put in the creamy paddle. Got the paddle here, and then we take our bananas, put it into here, and it kind of latches into these little grooves, and then put the lid on. This locks in. Set it in. It looks like a little coffee maker. And now press, it says to, okay, I think we'll press the power button and then press sorbet. I just respun the bananas, and I'm actually really excited because you are not gonna get that same creamy texture in just a blender. Take a look at that. That is impressive. This is just bananas. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little taste test. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Okay, I've made nice cream before. It's just frozen bananas and you blend them up in a blender. This is way better. It is, like, the texture is amazing. Okay, I'm so excited for the rest. Let's keep going. By the way, if you are not going to eat your whole pint in one sitting, just smooth out the top. Just smooth it out so it's nice and flat, and then just put it back in the freezer, and then you reprocess it on the sorbet or like whatever function you did it the first time. This is super fun. Okay, next we are gonna do our chocolate milk. This chocolate milk one did have a hump that froze up in the middle when it was freezing, which is totally normal. So what I did was just take a spoon and I just kind of scraped the top off, like you can see here, and just flattened it out because they do recommend making it as flat as possible. And I'm going to do this one on ice cream. Here's our chocolate milk ice cream. It's not that good. Like, the texture is really good. The flavor, not as good as I hoped, but I think if we add some like chocolate syrup in here, it would be fantastic. Like, it tastes good. It just tastes a little like watery almost. I wonder if we scrape down these sides, like, see how it's kind of darker on the outside? It's just a little bit that the creamy doesn't creamify right on the edge. I'm going to kind of mix it up again and respin it. Ooh, this looks way better. So basically, when in doubt, respin. Okay, there's like a hole in there, so this would be a good chance to add in some mix-ins. Ooh, it's so thick. Okay, we'll try it. That is good. I will say the chocolate milk is a little weak tasting. It's feeling a little bit icy. I think it's just because that's like the chocolate milk I bought, but if you got some really good, like, fatty chocolate milk, I bet it would taste really good. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's do one with mix-ins. So let's do dairy-free. This is the coconut milk, a little bit of cream of coconut action. I think we put some vanilla and almond extract in there. I think we did some coconut emulsion too. Okay, it's done processing. And I'm just going to assume that it's going to need a respin, but let's see how it looks right out of the Ninja Creami. Here we go. Ooh, creamy. Look at that. This is dairy-free ice cream. It's just coconut milk. cream of coconut. Now we are going to spin our vanilla bean ice cream. This has like heavy cream, some cream cheese. You can see all those vanilla beans went to the bottom, so we'll see how well those blend in. So we've got our little cup here, put in our pint. Gonna press ice cream. Okay, let's see how it did. Ooh, soft. This one has been sitting out a little bit longer than the rest. Ooh, it's very, oh look, the vanilla beans totally incorporated. This actually looks amazing. This has been sitting out a little bit longer, so that's why it's not as frozen. Okay, I'm gonna taste the vanilla bean. Oh my gosh, that is so good. The flavor, 10 out of 10. It's a little icy. So I think it's because I may have waited a little too long to process it. I'm gonna put it back in the freezer though for like, I don't know, a couple hours, re-spin it, add some chocolate chips, and this is like one of the best ice creams. Oh my gosh. It has like such a bright vanilla flavor and it's like very milky, creamy, like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So good. Okay, I know where I went wrong with this because I just let it sit on the counter just a second too long. So it's a little soft, but it's literally like the best vanilla bean milkshake I've ever had. That was amazing. That is amazing. I wish I could send this to everyone because I want you to taste how good it is. But like I said, I'm not gonna add any mix-ins right now because it's a little soft. I'm gonna put it back in the freezer, try again tomorrow, and I'm confident this is gonna be the best vanilla ice cream. Oh my gosh, so good. Lastly, we are making the pineapple sorbet. I'm hoping this is gonna be like Dole Whip consistency. This is just the can of pineapples in pineapple juice. Quick sorbet. Let's see how it looks. This pineapple one, I only spun it one time, but I have a feeling it's gonna need a respin. I see a couple like little chunks, but so far the texture looks really good. Try it. Ooh, tart. Ooh, but the texture is really good. It does have a couple little chunks because pineapple is just very fibrous-y, so I'm gonna respin it. Looks much creamier. Here we go. That is really, really yummy. It's dairy-free, it's sugar-free. There's nothing in here but pineapple, and you get this beautiful, like amazing sorbet. That's pretty wild. I'm going to try more recipes, so if you have any requests, leave them in the comments below. In the meantime, watch this next video. You're gonna love it, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, enjoy.